My cheating girlfriend wants to get back together, I still love her. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today, we've got a story from r/relationships where Op's cheating girlfriend wants to get back together and Op still loves her. Before we start, if you have any personal stories of how you got out of a toxic relationship with your cheating wife or girlfriend that you want to share, feel free to email them to me. Let's get started. Original story. Earlier this year I started a relationship with a girl I had known and been talking to for a while. We are both asexual and it was a long-distance relationship and we were making plans to meet each other in real life. We hit things off pretty well and were good friends and we both seemed to have feelings for each other, so I confessed and she told me she felt the same way. We made things official some days after my confession and we were together for 2 months before things started breaking down. We had gotten into an argument over some family stuff where she essentially told me she wouldn't want me to ever meet her sister because she thinks she is a promiscuous person. That confused me because I had no interest in her sister. As I mentioned, we are both asexual and I just couldn't wrap my head around why she would accuse me of potentially cheating on her like that. It was causing a lot of tension between us. I tried to fix the situation for days and days and stayed up until the early hours of the morning on multiple occasions to talk to her and try to fix it. On our last night together I again was still trying to fix things. I'd stayed up until 3:30 a.m. waiting for her to finish work just to talk to her, and then right from the get-go, she was being argumentative and combative. She blew off all the stuff I was trying to fix, which felt like a slap in the face considering all I wanted to do was try to make things work again, and then she brought up a subject she already knew I was uncomfortable with for seemingly no reason. It felt like she was trying to cause conflict and I was at my wit's end, and it was 6 a.m. so I drunkenly broke up with her and went to sleep. I'm not proud of what I did and I regretted it from waking up the next morning. But as we were talking during that day after some things started coming to light. She was being passive-aggressive and petty and insulting, which I can understand given the way I broke up with her, but she also told me some things that changed the way I saw our relationship. She admitted to me that she had on multiple occasions lied to me and manipulated my emotions because she couldn't control her drug use and she didn't want me to judge her, telling me that the drugs she had taken weren't working when in reality the drugs weren't affecting her because she had no more drugs left. She had already taken all of the drugs she bought a day or two after buying them. I stayed up until 5 a.m. one night consoling her over one of these instances where the drugs weren't affecting her, and she also admitted that she had cheated on me. On the night where we got talking and made things between us official while I was replying to her, she was at the same time in another chat sending some other dude dirty messages. When I first read that I barely even noticed it. I don't know if it was shock or disbelief or what, but I pretty much just kinda acknowledged it and moved on. I went to a therapy session later that day to help clear up the confusion I was feeling and wrap my head around it, and that's when I truly realized the scale of what she had done. I was mad and I was hurt, and when I got back home I put her on blast for her cheating and lying and told her never to contact me again. The next day after that, she had managed to find out my phone number from my Telegram account and gave it to her friend to get them to send hurtful messages to me on her behalf. And those messages were very hurtful. Without going into detail, she told me that I had to be dumb AF to think she ever even loved me in the first place. She never found me attractive. I was just her summer boyfriend. It was my fault that she cheated on me because I trusted her blindly. She found me boring and annoying. She was using me the whole time. I never meant anything to her and she hoped that I overdosed and died, etc. Yeah, a messy breakup. She messaged me again about a week later apologizing and telling me that she was high as hell that day and said lots of mean things and lies in those messages and regretted sending them, and that even her friends said it was too much but still agreed to send those hurtful things to me even knowing it was wrong. We ended up talking again and they seem to be on good terms once more, and now she has been floating around the idea of getting back together. And here is where the dilemma starts. I still have feelings for her, and she tells me that she loves me more than anything and wants nothing more than to be mine again. And in some way, I also want to be hers again. So we got talking last night to begin to clear some things up and set lots of things straight before we start seriously thinking of becoming official again. I asked a bunch of questions about her cheating. She promises me that she only did it once and then felt bad, but she had also told me at one point some time ago that she just didn't do it often and that she and that friend are very close and comfortable with one another, so I'm still a little confused about that. But one thing came to light last night that changed the way I feel about getting back together again. Not only had she been dirty talking with some other dude while we were together, but she had also been sexting and sending nudes, even on the night that me and her made things between us official. I don't know what to think about it. I thought I had finally wrapped my head around her cheating, but then the stuff she told me last night threw a wrench in the works yet again. She told me that on the night I and her became official, she was exchanging nudes with the dude for about 2 hours and was encouraging him to masturbate to her photos, and all of that while in the other chat with me she was telling me that I was perfect and the only guy she would ever want and making our relationship official. And well, I don't know what to think. It bothers me. I feel like once again my reality has been shaking to its very core. It bothers me that for whatever reason she never saw it as cheating until recently. It bothers me that she would betray me like that on the night we became a couple because she had known for days before then my feelings for her and even had told me she felt the same way. And still, she chose to do it on that night in particular. It hurts so bad. It also bothers me because on the night I confessed she told me she wanted a long-lasting and loyal relationship, one that's always sincere and full of love, and then just days later she stabbed me in the back on the very first day we spent together. It bothers me that she could send that dude nudes at all. As I mentioned, we are both asexuals, and being nude makes us both uncomfortable, or it makes me uncomfortable at least. I can't speak for her at this point. Although she did tell me that she was a sex-repulsed asexual, which just makes it even more confusing and hurtful that she would send nudes in the first place. I don't know if she is lying about being ace or if there is more to nuance to the whole situation or what. And it bothers me because I truly loved her and thought she was perfect. For the entire time we were together she wouldn't even trust me enough to show her stomach because she said she was too insecure and fat, and yet at the same time she was trusting enough of some other random dude who meant nothing to her to send photos of her entire naked body and private parts. I was her only love and I feel like she just doesn't trust me or love me truly at all. I never asked to see her naked because we were both asexual and she said it made her uncomfortable, but now knowing that she does send nudes to other people and it was just me that she wasn't comfortable or trusting with, I just feel hurt and lied to and I feel ridiculous and disregarded. She made a mockery of me. I feel like if I take her back I'm just going to suffer and get upset knowing that she trusts other dudes with her body more than me. I feel like I would be paranoid and distrusting of her and that she would grow to resent me. I feel like it would hurt me to look at her body knowing that it's been tainted by the lusting eyes of another person while she was egging them on. It hurts knowing that despite all of the times she told me the contrary, in the end, she truly belonged not to me but another. Sorry for ranting a lot, but I just need some advice. I still love this girl and I feel like she at least loves me a bit. Like I at least mean something to her. But at the same, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get over that betrayal, especially now knowing what she told me last night, that it wasn't just dirty messages but it was also nudes. It just hurts too much. It makes me feel insulted and shitty and disrespected and betrayed. I just need opinions from people so I can try to figure out where to take things between us from here. Any help or advice or just someone to talk to would be very greatly appreciated right now. Thank you for your time and for reading this long post. I hope you have a great day. Before we take a look at some replies by other Redditors, take a moment to like the video to show your support to the channel. Don't forget to leave your own opinion on the story in the comments down below. Now let's look at some comments. Fresh Fred Frenchfree wrote, "Once a cheater, always a cheater. Bruh, she cheated on you after 2 months. I have chicken in my freezer older than that. This is supposed to be the honeymoon phase of the relationship and it already sounds extremely toxic. If she's doing this now, it won't get any better. She sounds like she's playing games. Do yourself a favor and find someone else that won't do this to you, and whatever you do, no matter what she says, do not get back to her. Get away from this dumpster fire as soon as possible. You say you love her but all you know about her, for sure, is that you can't believe a word she says. She sounds like an absolute car crash. Move on." Jason Penny wrote, "Give yourself a break. You don't need this drama in your life. Tell her it was an interesting ride, but you don't want to do it again. You can be respectful but firm that you aren't interested in proceeding further with her. And let this be a learning experience for you. A relationship should start via a good friendship and common values, and it is sustained via respect, maturity, and communication. Take some time to consider how much was wrong here, and what you should do differently next time." Oberus wrote, "Don't waste any more of your time on this woman. First of all, drug addicts should not be in relationships during active addiction. They stop having partners and instead have victims, and before anyone jumps down my throat, I know from personal experience, having been clean for 7 years now. Secondly, why would you want to be with someone who talks to you like that? Being high is not an excuse for being a hateful cunt. Thirdly, the nudes. This woman is probably selling her nudes for drug money. Withdrawal is way worse than being naked, even for an ace person, which I am. Finally, you are deserving of a true partnership. I know that it can be hard to let go of a relationship, especially when both of you are ace. It's harder to date when you're asexual, and finding someone else who is ace feels like a miracle. Nevertheless, Being single is infinitely preferable to having a partner who lies to you, cheats on you, and then laughs at you for caring for her. Find someone who doesn't come with a megaton of baggage and a crippling addiction. Vlupveva wrote. This person has done nothing but shows you, repeatedly, they are deceptive, vindictive, and manipulative. You need to ask yourself some very serious questions about your feelings for them, the main one being, why do you have yourself convinced you to love someone who has been very explicit about the fact they have zero respect for you? Keep going to therapy. Op replied to Vlupveva and wrote. Yeah, I don't know. I just loved her so much. We had so much in common and we were good friends for a long time before taking the next step. It sounds stupid, but I truly envisioned a future with her. Lol. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate it. I'm keeping up therapy, if not once per week then once every 2 weeks instead. It did help clear up a lot of things, and even though I thought therapy would be pretty much useless, it has helped. As has gone back onto antidepressants. So yeah, thank you again for your advice. I seriously appreciate it. Advice is the best thing I can get right now. Vlupveva wrote. Yeah, the thing is, liars and manipulators will often engage in a long con where they figure out exactly what to say to their marks to get them sucked into their maelstrom of drama and keep them there for as long as possible. I doubt very much you had anything at all in common with this person. You were trusting, open, and vulnerable with them, and they took that knowledge and used it to feed their selfish desire to mess with you. Why people do this, I have no idea. I can only imagine they have unaddressed mental health issues that prevent them from feeling any sort of compassion, empathy, or shame. Op replied to Vlupveva and wrote. She has the histrionic disorder, and I knew what that was, but I guess I should have taken more time to research how that would affect a relationship between us. It didn't feel like everything was a long con though. A lot of things we had in common were things that she told me she was interested in that I had never mentioned before, and it just so turned out that I was interested in that stuff too. I also don't know why people do it. She would go into cycles of depression talking about how she just wanted to find the right guy and that she wanted to change her life and she was tired of feeling isolated from everybody all the time. But then days or a week later she would be like a social butterfly, talking with just about anyone and being inappropriate with people she barely knew and saying and doing stupid shit and damn near killing herself from overdosing on drugs. I know it's not her fault that she has this disorder and I can't imagine living with it. But it's not an excuse for the things she did. She has a therapist and prescriptions and medications to help her out with the problems that personality disorder entails, but she just doesn't seem to want to help herself. At least that's how I see it. But yeah, I can't imagine myself getting back together with her. To be honest, maybe I can carry on a friendship with her, but at this point, I'm not sure. I need time to think about it again. Thank you again so much for your kind words and advice, I needed them today. You/Karoran Ren wrote. She did so many terrible things to you, not even mentioning the cheating. I know you love her, but do you love her as she is? Someone who cheats, lies, and insults you? Or do you love who you want her to be? She's already been so hurtful. If you get back together, she will hurt you again. You don't have to put yourself through that. You can love other people. You can heal. What do you think about all of this? Do you have any advice for Op? Should he get back together with his cheating girlfriend, or should he just move on? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss an upload.